Now, there was a big confab of young adults, creative class types, and they talked about making an online hub, and you sort of said, wait, that's me, right?
Exactly. That was part of the update and summit that they did last year. They got a lot of, I don't know, you were there, about what, couple hundred people. A couple hundred supposedly younger people, although
I don't qualify.
I was there too, and I don't qualify either. But one of the things that everybody really wanted was one centralized hub to find out what there was to do in the region, what kinds of things to get involved with, things like that. There's a lot of things to do in Dayton and in the entire region. When I say Dayton, I mean the whole place.
We don't draw boundaries around things.
Right.
And
we're all Daytonians here. But there's a lot of things to do, but there's a lot of times people don't find out about things until after the fact.
So you made a calendar.
So we've got a calendar, and that's actually what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. We're just kind of releasing our beta version, but here's how the thing works. We've got an online calendar, which by itself is not a big deal. There's probably 3,000 free calendars you can add to your website. But what we are trying to do is to get people to add our calendar software to their own website to use as their calendar. It would display all of their events, anything they've got going on their site, but everything goes into one centralized database, our database. So when they put the events into their calendar, then the events are also going into probably 20 or 30 other calendars immediately. I know you syndicate our calendar.
I stick it on there, and I put it on Coco's site.
And so there's a lot of other websites that are signing on now to do our calendar. So we think,
so that also stops you from having to fix other people's entries,
or even just to enter it. Even when you offer people a free promotion,
it still requires some back end work.
They're not gonna go and plug their events into everybody's website. But they're more likely to plug events in if they're going on their own website.
So you're saying this is in beta. When's it?
We've got our first sites launching 1st of February. The Dayton Dirt Collective is actually got it on their site right now. So they're kind of our beta tester. Is it compatible with
WordPress or sort of theming?
Actually, believe it or not, it's one line of code that you add to your site, and then you have an admin to the calendar admin that we run. But you stick your events into our calendar admin, and then they automatically appear on your website.
Okay, and is there any cost on this at all?
It is free right now. It'll be free for anybody that signs up. Probably in the first couple months, and they'll never pay a dime. If this thing does take off, then anybody that's wants to sign up after we start charging, then they're gonna probably have to pay a subscription, but it'll be very low. Anywhere between $20 and $30 a month. But we're only going to charge that kind of money if your events are really being promoted, everywhere. So
okay. Well, it'll be interesting to take a look at that and see how the technology shakes out. But I mean, it is nice to have this kind of ability to communicate between sites and tie them all together and build this online community without having to force people into one format or another.
Exactly.
RSS is absolute magic at this stuff, and it just takes somebody to coordinate it.
Right. And the other thing with our calendar is we're also encouraging anybody that has put together a site like ours, use our calendar. We're not trying to, Dayton Most Metro is not trying to be the one website and everybody else just needs to go away. There's plenty of room for a lot of people to build websites, but we would like to get everybody to use the same calendar, so then we no longer have the problem of somebody saying there's nothing to do in Dayton.
And the site doesn't really have political leanings one way or another.
No.
And the site also,
that's what we have you here for.
Yeah, I do the politics. But the other thing about the site that's, you can just take a part of it. You don't have to have the whole thing. You can just subscribe to one specific area, like the outdoors or the cultural things.
You're talking about the RSS.
The RSS feeds, and you can sort of, or just pay attention to the forums. It's not like you have to be involved in all of it all the time, and you can sort of split your things out. Now, you're getting some advertising, right?
We're just starting. We probably would have more if we spent more time out there trying to sell, but you know, all of us have day jobs, so this is still kind of a hobby right now. Yeah. But you know, we actually have people coming to us now asking how they can advertise. So, and I think we're getting the traffic now to warrant that advertising dollar being spent on it. You want to
share with us what the traffic's running these days, or?
Yes, we're getting 1 million hits every hour.
1 million?
No, we're I think last time I checked, we're right around 30,000 a month.
That's
according to Google
visits?
Analytics.
Unique visits. That's pretty.
So
that's
it's we're not activedayton.com or Dayton Daily News, but for a little website that
there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah. Well, and we also don't have millions of dollars of
right, and all those staff people and everything else. So.
Right.
All right, so that's Bill Pote, DaytonMostMetro.com, and I think that pretty much wraps it up for the day. And we're
not going to talk politics here.
No.
Oh, all right. Thanks, David.